Ain't hard, is it? About my 0-0.
You go up there, okay?
Just a little better than.
You know, your stuff running around today?
Oh.
We drove by. Come into town about.
I.
With the chipper.
That was.
Okay, I was right behind you.
Oh.
Being dropped down. I couldn't tell for sure if it was your outfit, but I thought it probably was. Your small chipper.
Yeah. I wondered the guy about painted yesterday when he was watching.
Having fun yet?
Wow.
Come on down here. Hello.
Maybe they were. The ones who
Gotta
out
figure out
there.
how many flowers we got last year.
What are we, what are the plans on?
I do.
Jamie's not doing anything. So it's up to us to vote ourselves.
Snow, but it did
So we'll
snow.
have to bring that up in new business or whatever.
Yeah.
We didn't get anything either.
Hey, Lorraine, I got 6 o'clock.
Yeah. Somebody said there was.
Call this meeting to order. Are we all Jeff?
Yeah.
Yes.
Little pledge of allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We stand.
With thanks and praise to the giver of all good, and may he fill our hearts with the spirit of brotherhood. Amen.
I think you know everybody. I think we're all here. On the back of your agenda, hopefully you all have an agenda. If you don't, please come and get one. Is the very, very long minutes of our last meeting. I was amazed at how much got done in an hour. It's amazing. And of course, that went out to you by email this last weekend. I actually got them done early.
I move we accept the minutes. Second.
So moved and seconded that we accept the minutes as printed. Any further discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Treasurer's report.
Administration, 6,637.38. Gaming hasn't moved, 2,048.37. Donation, $6,040.54. I wrote checks up today to give to that fire victim. And $1,500 from Michigan Foundation, $100 from our local. And I've got to transfer, probably around $250 from the administration for donation because the online sales put the wrong account.
Yeah, I'm switching that. That was the only number I had. Sorry.
6,040.
Any other questions?
We've taken in, gosh, probably 24, 2,500, something like that. On thoughts. Getting up in that range now, I would.
Yeah, and we paid out 900.
Yeah.
So it's the difference.
Well, there must be more that owed than that, or you must have more.
No, it was donated. Remember we had sauce donated?
Oh, okay. Oh. Huh?
Yeah, one of them was Saddleback.
Any other questions on the treasurer's report?
I move to accept the treasurer's report.
Second. I have a second. The move and second that we receive the treasurer's report. Any further questions? All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Those opposed? Motion carried. Okay, now we're up to our long agenda. A barbecue fundraiser spring fling.
Pretty quick report, just orally, because we still have some bottles left. But it looks like we've added into our donation account net about a little over $1,200. So we met our goal of $1,000 plus some. And at Spring Fling, those of you who were there at Spring Fling did a great job. We actually sold 29 bottles at the show. That was good. And now that I got the square thing figured out after the fact, to go to the right account because I don't know stuff. Until I got the check from Ken for paying for the sauce. Then I said, oh, there's another account. But we sold about 10 transactions on Square, so it was worthwhile doing. At the show, we had 4 transactions, so it was a good thing for us to have. I have barbecue sauce left here. This is the leftovers. You're more than welcome to take some with you. I'm sure that the club would rather that you pay for it. Okay, but I really don't care because it's all paid for already. So. I just don't think that we could get through 2 cases of the picnic. But one thing we did out at the fairgrounds at Spring Fling is we did a drawing from all the people who bought sauce for the barbecue book that we have, which is the Barbecue Bible by Byron Mixon. And our winner is Ken Carlson. Yep. Where are you, Ken? There you go.
How about that?
Oh, and I hear this is a check from a couple bottles I sold and a receipt for a plaque. We'll get to in a minute. Any questions? Anybody? Any questions? It seemed to work. I was so glad it worked.
All right. Neil,
We are having, plans are to hold recognition ceremony or get together, not really ceremony. On Friday, the 21st at 3:30 here. We're gonna meet at
May 21st.
we're gonna meet over there. Very good. Sorry. Anyway, and then walk over to the they haven't been meeting. Daughter had a baby. She has her hands full and also now. The big thing they did, I'll pay for you. And so, there's supposed to be, start at the beginning of the fall.
What time is that?
3:30.
And the club purchased a plaque for Mrs. Hicks. If you want to take a look at it, it's dated for our next club meeting date, but we're going to give it to her on the 21st anyway.
Yeah.
The other thing is, I wondered if the club wanted to take the ice cream board from me. I can use it. Whatever.
You should have.
I'm gonna pay for that.
A second. Motion has been made to pay the ice cream for the meals. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Those opposed? Motion carried. Make sure that you think about it. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Got a question. $100 for written. Wasn't that moved to the Leo?
Keep it in our account. They didn't spend any money that they needed to. I would say we just wait and see what happens. Unless they come up with something we're gonna put it down.
Written. Donated.
Right.
With mine, it's donated $100 to the Leo supposed to be.
Say that again.
Lionel
Right.
gave them the $100.
And the idea was just more. Child abuse. You're in the state, but they didn't spend it. So, and they might do a donation to, safe house. Not a safe house, place where they do all the time. Yeah, you know,
Not talk space, but it's like
Yeah,
small
it's
talk.
talk.
Is it small talk?
Oh, God, yeah.
Small talk.
Thank you. We figured it out.
Computer way.
Yeah.
Computer way. Get the right
Yeah.
in there pretty soon.
And they did, they haven't moved the percent yet. They do know the money is in our account. And, I think it's good that we put it in our account because we need to fix leaving and school financing and, you know, those things that come.
Good.
We talked to her at the show. She seems to be on board.
Didn't we put some money for them in the pool already? And I'm just wondering with all the shit that it's still there.
I don't know. My guess is no. When you fix these, I don't know what all that comes to. You go back into the school, and I say that because all of her accounts are together, not like the real account. International, yeah, put them all together. That's right. Well, I'm glad you're this is great. Interested?
Yes, very much so.
She said, I thought she might be moving spring, but that's not happening. So, if we move to what happens, you know, we get more.
Okay. Club officers.
I have a handout for that. Start some that way and start some that way. That's the same one I sent out about a couple weeks ago, almost a couple weeks ago now. There's one addition to it. You'll notice blue ink. We've already got one volunteer for director, and that's Karen. Karen has put her name in there. But we didn't vote on Karen last time. She's still on the new list.
So, we have a first and second card.
Yep.
Membership chair, leader contact Melinda. We need another, Lion trainer, another second year director, and first year director.
Just another note is that I've registered everybody that we voted for so far with,
And
The-
those folks we voted for had to be,
yeah, they're all in.
Wayne, are you on board for helping Dave?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
I'm here.
Yep.
I'm not gonna-
Yeah.
Or late.
Okay, we got that taken care of. Any other volunteers?
I couldn't hear what you said. I'm sorry, Larry.
Pardon me?
I didn't hear that. What you said last.
I said, any other volunteers?
I have a question. Is it the role of the leadership chair probably to ferret out officers before the next year? Is that the,
Leadership, membership chair?
no, leadership,
Um,
is that their job? Is that what the leadership chair does? Like a nominating committee?
chair leadership development. leadership chair. If you're doing a good job, you're also again.
Okay, all right,
But the primary.
okay.
So in going back a few years, at one point, it was kind of the responsibility of past presidents to recruit upcoming leadership. And again, back in past history, was kind of the responsibility of the first vice president to look after the speakers for the meetings.
Oh.
We haven't done that either way. It's probably about 5 or 6 years. It's just kind of gotten a little sloppy on.
Linda and I have been trying to keep track and get speakers.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a good thing. I know, you guys were helping when I was president. I was chasing a bunch of them. So it's all kind of balanced, but we haven't really leaned carry really this place. But that's, go back 10 years, that's kind of the way we did things. But that was also, we had Ray Collins, who kind of headed up recruiting for officers. And who can turn down Ray Collins?
Well,
Not I.
I appreciate the history, because I don't have it.
Yeah, that's why I kind of threw it out. So, but we're still at the leadership chair. It's kind of a newer thing in Lions, but there's a whole bunch of new officers that I didn't know existed, or didn't remember existed before I started digging through my line. Yeah. Yeah. But Karen does, Cynthia does need first vice and second vice.
Pardon me? You want to be membership? Sure. Okay. Stand that I'm good. Okay.
I really called Cindy. Well, she was calling me Cynthia. I didn't know my mother was
You know, Rebel? Yeah.
I'll put that on all our stuff, but my Lions is, so I'll just let you know. Yeah. Yeah, it says Douglas.
Do we have any other volunteers? We have vice president.
Melinda's available for one of them, probably. But I haven't asked her.
Senior director and one director. Well, that's up to you. I can put you down there. Which one? First year? Sure. Okay. Thanks, man. Okay. Second year, advice. Shall we wait? Everybody bring a name for next meeting? We've already got the report. What is your pleasure?
Vote on it on the 26th then.
Yeah. That's what I'm suggesting.
Okay.
Pardon me? What's your pleasure?
wait till next time.
No problem. Okay. All righty, that's what we'll do. In the meantime, we can go to that school. Okay? Okay. Next, budget. Next agenda, for this coming year. Cindy here. We have one tonight. That's for that. All right, who wants to start? You two. Karen?
I don't have any recommendations. We should not donate to the committee, the district committee anymore. Donation to two types of directions.
think we should, oh, yeah, because it goes, yeah, it goes to the foundation. Right. That's the only. Okay. Foundation. All right. We all on the same page, like, donations. I've kind of basically, went through here. Either cut them in half or downsize them a little less than 10. I can go through and tell you what I've done. All right.
Well, leader dogs, did you say that? Lynn Davis.
Okay. Allstate van, I put that in hand for $100. Bear Lake Camp, I put that down to $100. Rural transcribing, I left at 25. Childhood Cancer Fund, I cut that $400. I don't know if it's gonna be, rural runners. What did you cut it to? Pardon me?
100, no, she misheard. It's all set.
Trail ride, I don't know. Juvenile ride either. I lost 14. iBank, that's one of our donations. I left that at 200. That's probably could change. Chip site, we already, I left that at 100. We already sent it. Leader dogs for the blind, left that at 25. Now, Lynn Davis, fucking racist, she didn't take that amount of money less. I don't know if they give her any. No, she's done. She's done.
That's right.
She's gone? Okay. So that one's off. And then puppy sponsor. I think we can probably wait on that. So we see what the rules are going to do. You want to put anything on there? I think it's a lot. Did they use it last year?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Once when they first did it. So we'll eliminate that. We can address that if we need to later. Okay. Meal donation account. We can leave that at 100.
We haven't used what this year yet.
Right.
Pardon me?
We haven't used any of this year yet.
No. Oh, they haven't come up. We started them out with 5 and they started This is donation. This doesn't have to do with their administrative part.
Right. I think in regards to Leo's, we should make an in-kind donation to them. We could, I think we ought to at least, like I say, in-kind donation to them because we are their sponsor.
Correct.
$50, you know, 25, I don't know. But since we are their sponsor, we should do something.
They have administrative fund of 200.
They did the football game in the fall.
Yeah.
$100 for the football game.
And that's an administrative account according to us.
And $100 for the donation to the Lions.
Right.
I think, I mean, it would be helpful to have them be able to have set aside money so that they come do some stuff. So usually what I'll tell them is to ask, tell me what. So if we could keep at least 50 in it.
Couple things. Number one, if you budget 50 or 100 or whatever, that's not making a donation tonight. That's just saying we
Yeah.
set a budget up to allow.
Yeah, we're just setting the budget.
Now, as far as their needs are, back when they first formed, we picked in a bigger amount to do things such as buying T-shirts for all of them.
Right.
I don't have any idea where they stand with T-shirts.
Well, I guess is that they have some left, but they and, they'll do it again. That's a little, they make money on it. But if we have, I think we should have some money there. If they need.
Well, I'll leave it at 100 or 50. Yeah,
I would leave it, like Jeff says, that's a budget line item, not an expenditure. Which means that they can request, up to that $100. You don't have to have, a lot of overhead meetings. Just look at the consent, yes, like, yeah.
absolutely. We'll leave it at 100 then? Okay. Fine with me. International Foundation, $50. And this is money that goes into, if you want to do a. Unsold raffle tickets. I have 59 of them sitting right there. So what do you want to do? They gotta be turned up.
Well, that's not next year's budget. That's this year's
That's
budget.
true.
Yeah, that's this year's budget. Okay, so what do you want to put in for next year's budget?
Based on this year's history, I believe 500.
Not a bad idea.
Budget for 500 for this coming year? Yeah, it's been more than that before, so why don't we put 500 in there then? Okay, as a budget item. Service Foundation annual donation, that was 300. Radio reading service and exchange, they were both 100. You want to drop that to 50?
Use the same, still running.
Yeah.
The last 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, use the same. Yeah.
Do you want to leave it at 100 or do you want to put the budget down to 50?
Yeah. it didn't-
So we make both of those 50 for this coming budget?
I'd leave radio reading service at 100. I don't think that's changed. Because of demand, the demand for that, I think there is too.
Is there, do we know?
And
It's been a couple of
I
years
haven't
since
talked to Brad.
they were moderately aggressive maybe 5 years ago, reaching out to us. We really want to come up and see the place. Yada, yada.
What do you want to budget for $50 in case they do?
Yeah.
If anybody needs them, then I'll please call. So you want to drop that one to $50 to the budget also in case there's a need for some reason? Yeah, that's good. Okay, 50 for that one. Okay, community donations.
Well, I have one that I didn't fill in yet. The trail ride.
I don't know if that's happening.
Well, do we want to put a number in there or not?
No,
Which budget? No.
Leave it out?
no. Wait until, if it comes around, if they come up with something different,
Then we'll
then
vote on
we
it.
can have a
Okay.
club meeting. to
Right.
take a
Yeah.
look.
Okay.
Okay. Now we're down to community donations. Boy Scouts, watering State Street flowers. Oh, there wasn't anything in there. Okay. We'll just go on down to the gift certificate for Christmas and Thanksgiving.
And switch most of that to the food bank.
Yeah, I
And
know.
I think we're pretty much decided from last year that we're going to stick with that, right? No.
Okay.
It says budgeted.
We're budgeting, are we gonna budget for certificates or no?
No.
Okay. Food bank, are we gonna budget $750 that we found that?
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Ken, do you remember
We think that one, 750.
750?
Yep.
Okay.
that what you want to put in for budget?
Let's leave it there for the time being. I think we don't know how much money we're gonna have to be able to spend.
Okay.
And we can always find a way to do something different.
Yeah, we can always do that. County Fair Foundation 2019 waiver block.
That was a one-time thing.
Okay, well. Small animal.
Yeah.
Fair. We didn't spend that. No, we didn't spend that.
I think we should leave that. It's, I mean, we're about the only club that shows up to that. Right?
What you
Yeah.
want to talk about? Small animal.
Yeah.
You
For
want
the
to budget
kids,
for 500 then?
Like I say, we didn't, because of our, we didn't spend it.
Yeah, I know.
We can budget it,
What we're doing. Okay. You want to budget
things
it
change,
for 500 or less?
you know. Yeah, I'll leave it at 500.
Leave it at 5. Okay. Promise scholarship. I put it at well, I dropped it in half
250,
for the promise scholarship.
250 then.
Well, that's what I dropped it to.
I'm in
Yeah.
favor of leaving it
Yeah. Pardon me?
I'm in favor of leaving it at 500.
Okay. I'm just giving you what I put in. Okay, we'll leave it at 500 then. Teachers welcome breakfast. Yeah, right. Huh? Take it out? Yes.
One thing, one of the first promise scholarships from one of our members, Lions051221, granddaughter graduates this year. And she received one of those scholarships back when she was in elementary school. She'll be going this year to LCC. Promise scholarship.
good.
Who's that?
Jim Hayes.
Lions.
Okay. So you wanna leave that out? Welcome breakfast?
Well, of course, you didn't have one this past year, but we're talking about now August of this year. I don't know if they'll have one or not. Nobody's gonna ask.
It's not a budget, right?
Right.
Or not?
Kind of helping Jamie out.
Maybe we could just wait till they ask us and just not put anything in now.
Budget for $100? That's what I'm hearing. Okay, $100. I don't think there's a needs and service correlation.
No.
Okay. Optimus Kid Outdoor Day.
I wouldn't budget for that.
Okay, no. Do that. Here's my little lines. Let's see, local assistance other than site and hearing. Spend $500. We probably should budget it for that. Okay. And then, of course, we got the $2,000 scholarship. Then we've got grandchildren, children of members, $250 each. And I've got 3. Who else is graduating high school?
We're talking now next year.
Not this year,
Not this year, next year.
right? But we're doing like 750 this year because there were 3 of them. I remember.
Right, yeah, we voted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this.
But we
you
should
wanna
probably
leave
put
it
in the
at-
budget for next year.
You wanna leave it at 1,000
1,000.
or
Yeah.
7? You wanna leave that at 1,000 or 750?
So let's put it at 1,000. That means we can provide 4 without having to have a special meeting.
Okay.
Right.
we don't have to spend it now.
Right. That
Next
sounds,
year's budget is site and hearing, local assistance. Now, would that come under the site and hearing? Or is that gonna be two separate accounts?
One is other than site hearing.
this one is site.
One is site hearing, this is site and hearing, local assistance.
This is
Yeah,
last,
we've just done a couple of these recently.
This is for people.
The site, we paid for
Right.
them.
Okay,
We are spending some of it.
okay, so what do you want?
I don't know, you about to cut it down, I mean, it's only been a couple $100 paid out.
Okay. What do you wanna put in budget for next year?
300.
300?
300.
State Street flower boxes, if that does not know what that's for. I just budgeted $100. $100 isn't gonna buy that flower. How much did you guys spend last year?
there you go.
Okay.
No quality. Uh, it was about 75.
Yeah.
But those flowers,
They weren't, they didn't, because Lansing's are, I got a different idea for,
deer love. The deer just really love them. They're working on that flower construction.
Can I intervene here? Then I shared a story with Cindy, Cindy at the last meeting. You know, we thought it was because they weren't in the shade or they weren't in the sun. You know what our problem was? The deer were on the north end. Jim and I couldn't figure out what the heck the deal was. And then, because the tops of them were nipped right off. And we thought we'd seen the deer track. How they come up from the creek bank and they just love the top of the flowers.
Oh, I'm sure they do. It's like they love.
But it's funny,
flowers.
the geraniums or whatever we had in the previous year, they must not have liked them. They never ate them.
You said you had another idea.
well, we got them, Jamie, I think Jamie's not doing their, we got those guys in Lansing Garden. I didn't think they were that well. But I don't know if you go to Royal downtown. So I put the red flowers in there. On the 24th, a number of weeks, grab it to be done. Those flowers always stay all year. Go off to the cemetery and downtown. I don't know if all of us
I mean, the geraniums.
Yeah, they're green.
but they, the red ones, they be all red. That's what we get. They can get, that's one you get. We can check. I can't remember the name of the greenhouse.
It starts with a C. I know where it is.
Hostas, it starts with an A.
Hastings?
Hasty.
Hastings?
Fences or something like
Well,
that.
Hastings is where church always gets, it's cut flowers to get them. Yeah.
I know where it is.
That was gonna be my recommendation, was to go there. Because I had talked to Bruce Anderson. Because I asked him where they got, it, you know.
That's where we go. Go over there. Part of that, I don't know how many flowers we get down here. Those flowers are a little bit bigger. than we had last year.
Right.
Okay.
I don't see it there.
You want $100 or what?
$100 for buying it? Well, we're talking about next year's budget, not this year's cost. We know that. So we're gonna put $100 in there for next year? Okay. And nothing for the next year. That's it done. Okay,
Nothing for the national.
we have, I don't know, we didn't send anything last year that I know of.
Last year, we didn't have anything.
We never had a budget in one
Right.
year, never got done.
Right.
So we're kind of winging it.
I'm kind of looking at the previous years.
Yeah, well, it's up to you guys, you want to turn it to a national home. Yeah, they had nationals in a while. I guess maybe in some comes other something you can do when it's on. Okay. At the bottom, you don't do it. Well, all righty. Administrative expenses. The next year. Chamber of Commerce bills, $400. Pardon me? Yes. Summer raffle contribution, Chamber of Commerce.
They don't do that anymore. Same thing with the winter.
Chamber of Commerce winter raffle, they don't do that now, do they? Okay. Charitable Gaming Association.
Now, we're gonna be voting tonight on that
Yeah,
for
we're
this
gonna-
year,
Yeah, I
but
know.
for next year, we might as well put it in.
Okay. No, we got to talk about that. District rules. International rules. That's a big stuff. I have a letter on, let me see about international. Good news, actually. What do you want to do?
Well,
We don't have a choice.
yeah, exactly.
Don't have a group?
Don't have a choice. Gotta do it.
Well, yeah, I know.
Well, we
Okay.
have 30 members.
Pardon me?
We have 30 members.
Committee members? Well, if it's still 42. I don't think this is.
25.
I'm sorry,
25 from years ago.
225, or 217. I think it's what it was.
Budget.
I'm thinking times 30.
Yep.
That's 225.
Yep.
Okay. Which one, we're doing international?
So that should be 1290.
Pardon me?
If that hasn't gone up, that's still 23. This is 1290.
International? Yeah. And what was district again?
District is 3 1/4.
Okay.
25.
Okay. All righty. Now, this is the, wheels to LCI. I don't know.
Probably better put that in.
Yeah. So we need to put that. 100. State rules.
So that would be 450.
And corporate, you gotta do that. $20. Freedom County Fair Visitors Packet Coupon bookmarks. I don't know what that is.
Oh, I think that's on hold for now.
Probably. Looks like it started in this room. Okay. Catering. You have any idea? I leave it at the same.
I'll leave the same. Hope we can get back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we'll leave it at what it is here.
4240.
42. Then rules administrative account, that's put that in there. I don't think it is.
So for next year, we're saying zero.
No. Well, we're kind of surprised for 7 o'clock. Yeah, we work football. I don't know if we're going to be working football games.
So we've got a budget line item for $200 that's available, and we have $200 for them to spend. to work that they did.
Okay, next item is scratch.
Well, we're talking about next year.
Scratch. 75th anniversary.
Oh, the 75th is scratch, yeah. I was looking at it.
Downtown days. What, spring was 100 this year, right?
Yeah, that was so because we were out at the fairgrounds using extra space, stuff like that. If they go back to the courthouse, probably go back to their original price thing.
Well, when I was downtown, it was $60 for the spot.
Yeah, but $50 for them.
Oh.
I know, because I set the prices. So we should probably budget 50 and
50 and 50 or
50 and 50.
50 and 50, okay. Gotcha. District training for officers.
The rightful number here.
These are called officers. There's been nothing in there. Might be an item that if somebody wrong, you'll with it done. Leadership Institute, that's the same way, because I don't think that's gonna happen either. Pardon? Are they? Well, they acknowledge that occupation, or whether that'll get behind that trouble by you. I guess that's another item we'll do with accounting. Year-end expenses for attendance, item of the year, presidential flag.
We had 150 before.
Just leave it at that. Okay, income. Donations specific, question mark, 14. Probably be better next year.
Yeah, this year I think we could do $29 or something similar to that.
Yeah.
39.
So what do you want to put in budget for 300? Texas Hold'em. Budget,
Budgeted.
barbecue sales.
Hang on, Lorraine.
I don't know if I should discuss this now about peer gaming or if it's under the new business.
Well, it's under new business. $300.
$300.
Membership fee.
Yeah, we should definitely do that.
That's already in the budget.
This is estimated income.
It's in-
Starting in July.
So do you feel that we're gonna be able to get back into that come fall?
Well, if you want me to discuss it now, I'll do it. I just got an email from the Charitable Gaming Board of the state of Michigan. They have opened it up for charitable gaming, for charitable organizations, to start having them again with a total number of 25 people. I can put the numbers around a little bit. That our Ace Gaming Supply, they can't make any money for 25 people, and neither can we. So you're talking next year, starting in June. Yeah. You don't think it's gonna open up anymore? June of this year? No.
September.
Oh, we're talking about June of next year.
Oh,
But
June of
next
this
year-
year.
But
No.
starts July.
July
This year.
1st.
July 1st, yeah.
So the field,
That's what they're just right now, this week, that's what they're saying. They have 25 people.
Well, if AC isn't gonna do it, then they're gonna have to budget it too much to help them get going. As far as income.
That's it. I have no idea.
So it's budget item, you're dreaming. I think you're right that we should leave that blank. We don't have enough information.
Right. I don't think we should. I don't think we should plan on it. I mean, if this, we shouldn't budget it this time, you know. It'd be,
Okay. All righty.
plus the $300 that you're budgeting for the Michigan Circle Gaming Association. They are keeping busy. Well, I've been forwarded information to Lion Lorraine and Lion Doug.
Right.
Every time I get an email from them, I just send this forward to you so you know what they're doing. And
That's
they
what,
are still working hard.
Uh,
Well, we're talking about the income, which we don't know. We
Yeah.
already budgeted up here for sure.
and we're gonna be voting on that tonight, this go around.
Okay, that was the income. And then of course, obviously, subsidies for this year, and we're not selling it next year. are we?
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
All I mean, you know, it was, it wasn't as fussy as the pass-through thing we did with the diabetes strides thing.
No.
But that was just a pass. Doesn't really fit our budget. Much.
Well, we can move it down on the next year's.
You wanna put in, well, we got space for our Texas Hold'em
Yeah, we do.
raffle.
Okay. Anything else we have to discuss on this budget?
Well, that's just donation. Well, 800 there, don't hurt some of what you got on the other side.
Nope.
Which means we gotta find out where to make money. Which is what Doug's done for us twice so far.
Yeah, but the first one was just a pass.
Yeah.
But
But still,
we were thinking about ways to do it, given the pandemic. I suppose, you know, we make any money off of MS programs?
That's administrative.
we've chosen to make,
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
we can choose to do it differently, but it's up to us to decide how we manage it. Since we're not representing,
But now the waiting is no longer, so they're not going to be. So there's the ones that cover the biggest amount of gates.
Well, they'll still have their Knights of Columbus. Most of the people that were taking tickets were from the church, Catholic Church, Knights of Columbus. There was a few dual members there, but yeah, most of them were from the Knights of Columbus. And we left that up to Lion pit lines to keep track of the number of people that they had like that. So, I would think she'll still be the representative for the Knights of Columbus also. We don't, they haven't been, there's been no correspondence with Lion Dave through Michigan State either.
they don't know what they're doing yet either.
No,
No.
No,
that-
I don't.
They're gonna try to.
Yeah.
And
But-
then, and I think the governor's gonna start opening up more states too.
But they may run the gates entirely different.
Okay, do we got anything more on this budget?
But I think Ken's right.
Pardon me?
I think Ken's right. If we're going to leave all the donations estimated as a high number, then we can't estimate our income virtually nothing.
No, that's true. we can't.
Unless we're planning on drawing down all of our savings to
cover
I
next
hope
year's
not.
donations. That don't-
Now,
No.
some of these next year, we're just gonna have to wait.
Well, one of the things
Well,
we
we're
could
not the
do,
only organization that's doing that.
one thing we could do is kind of like we just did for the officers. We could go ahead and put this together and redo another document. And then look where we got the holes. And then as we have numbers to throw in there, an idea of how much we can make to do that.
We can do what the numbers we put in and put punishment. Yes, Karen.
I would like to suggest that if we take it to state this year, given that we have a fair amount of money, that's not for donation, but we could money for,
This year or next?
yeah, just, well, upcoming year. The 2021, 2022. We've got money in that, and we pay for the food board, and we don't have enough to do it. Put the money in, start with, or at least 1 year.
We'll move it up to that donation income category. What you're
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Move it from
We
that
still don't know how
donation.
much, but you know,
Yeah. We may not get anything.
okay, we can do that.
I mean, Cindy is incoming president. I guess that was-
I don't know, because I know you can't move it back. I would
Bring it back.
wonder, put it into the administration, and then when you go to use it, just transfer it back.
Yeah. We can do that.
How much money do we have?
66.
How much do we have to use? It's not because we do it. I'm not saying that as a challenge, I'm just, that's a question.
Well, all the dues and everything. Meals, we haven't paid in on the meal system. That comes out of there. You're looking at $4,400 for meals. You didn't. I mean, if I had paid 5,400 out of that 66, as we collected dues, if I'd paid out 5,400, there wouldn't be much left.
This year they didn't, but normally our dues are full.
But they didn't just sort it out.
Right.
Because we had the dues money in there from previous, right? Ken?
That's been accumulating. Like I say, right now, we'd have been, it would have been depleted quite a bit by now, paying for meals out of that 66.
Well, we're not gonna start, if we go back, bestsellers, won't we have to pay dues again?
You're gonna pay dues the first year anyway.
Mhm.
Go back to what you were paying.
First of all, I remember the reason I got the hundred any meal. So we were just paying the dues and a little more money out of that.
Right, so what I'm calculating is that it's not gonna be used for meals anyway, or dues, because we are going to have to pay again once the fall starts. We
Okay, we
did an
don't have-
additional,
Okay, then when is it, the next dues on this one? Probably July, right? July, because they have to, that covers.
That's coming out of the summers, that's coming out of this budget to work it out.
That will, actually, this area.
We've got,
Not quite. Well, no, we don't.
we've got about $2,100 fixed costs.
I was just seeing what we paid.
Yeah, and Jamie, I don't know, that's just, I'm looking,
That's 265, probably. 25, 30, probably 30. That's $5,300 if you pay Jamie. And we take it. Supposedly we take in 5,400.
Here it is. What did you have to say?
I was gonna say, looking at that in terms of fixed costs, in terms for being as a Lions club. It's basically $2,100. The dues to Lions International plus the state, which is that you walk in, most of the rest of this stuff is to an extent optional to those kids. Yeah, 2085. Now that's 2,100.
Okay, so that's gotta come out of, that has to come out of.
That has to come out of dues.
Unless you get like football, they would go under something, goes into administration.
So that's essentially $70 per flat.
So
So
that don't cover meals then at all.
that's nothing for meals at $70. Anything above $70 goes to meal.
We don't have that under the budget for administrative expenses.
No. we don't have
Oh,
any.
yeah, we do. Jamie
Yeah.
Robinson for catering. It's in there. 4240.
Which is at 16 meals at 265, or 265 per meal, 16 meals.
Okay.
Which is what we usually do. I'm just throwing numbers out.
Before the pandemic,
I'm just looking at.
Pardon?
before the pandemic, that's our dues.
Yeah.
It's based on to cover the cost of being a member of Lions and our corporate fee is essentially $70 for 30 people. So that's flat dues for each person. It's got to come somewhere, whether it comes from out of our pocket or whether it comes from the fee.
Now that's $70 a month.
A year. That's the year. That's the baseline. Anything above that in terms of our dues covers our other administrative expenses in our year.
We had been set it at 175, so basically $100 for everything else.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
it's 2,900, I'm sure you're gonna cover your meal. So that's, but we have been relying on football, as Dave has said many times. You gotta realize a lot of that football money is paying for the meals and that.
What do we think is the actual cost? It's $10, right?
265 a time, and that is for 20.
Says
And
16
then
on
anybody
here.
over that is $10. So you're paying something for the rent of the hall and too.
Our budget says $4,240 is budgeted for the catering.
We don't take in $175 for the members because we've got some members that are large. They
Right now, I think there's really only one left on. I'll have to go back and check. So
Okay. So that's a good thing. We had more than that, so that's helpful.
Anything more on the budget?
I think we need to have a committee, a small group, maybe one or two people that figures out what we actually pay for food and meals and come up with an actual amount.
Well, that's supposed to take place before the second or first topic, and then never happened.
That's okay, one suggestion.
Well, meantime, we gotta do something with this.
we can defer it till next meeting. If you want to, see if we can plug in more numbers.
Makes no difference to me.
All we're doing. Well, you can put the 5,400 or whatever it comes out to at our $175 dues. I mean, that's what you had in there year before, so we can put that, take that figure in there. And then still have a meeting and see where we're at.
Okay,
We may have to raise dues or do something.
okay.
So I see, looking at the numbers for the Dr. Doug, we should be getting $5,150 for 29 and 175 plus. We charging 75 for,
Yep.
so plus of $75. Comes up to $5,150 is what we expect to charge for food.
And
Well-
then your joke across to be.
Yeah.
You can just
Those
plug
could be
these
about
numbers, just plug these numbers in from last time.
Yeah, give you the figures. for the others.
We could accidentally misplace the joker and we'll be doubling.
Yeah, well, nobody's won it for a while.
Okay, so what's your pleasure?
Okay, my proposal is that we go ahead and just take the numbers we had from our budget for 2019 and 2020 and for income and move those over, plus add another $1,000 for selling barbecue sauce. We don't know whether or not we're gonna make that much money in the next year, but we might not. But we have to have something in the budget to balance off the amount of money that we're spending. So that's, I'm guessing that's probably a good way to look at it. Whether it'll come out correctly or not, I'm not sure at this point, but I have written everything down that we said. And I can get my calculator out and hand it up. But I've written everything down that we said. And I can get my calculator out and add it all up. But one of the things we could do is a motion right now to approve the budget as it's written in here. And then we can take a look at it. I can send it out to everybody and we can look at the final numbers and see if we need to make an adjustment. We could vote on it tonight as a proposed budget, tentative budget.
That's what I was just gonna say. This is a proposed budget.
Right.
It can always be visited,
Of course.
revisited again.
Anytime.
Right.
So I'll make a motion to that effect.
It's been moved and seconded that secretary send out a proposed budget
Mhm.
to look at and finalize it at the next meeting. Any further discussion?
Well, actually, we can finalize it now.
Finalizing the budget,
Proposed budget.
and if we don't come up with enough money to pay all this stuff, then we have to figure out.
Yeah,
when we adjust.
After I add it all up, it looks hinky. Okay, we can deal with it then.
Right.
But right now, let's go ahead and pass it. We got a budget.
Okay.
So I don't want Cindy to not have a budget. Lorraine didn't have a budget.
Any further discussions on this? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay.
Well, we want to get the president and future president, incoming and outgoing treasurers together. Work on some of this.
Yep.
I'm gonna make a motion and to that effect. Right now, because that needs, it's a great idea. So, yeah. That we have the present treasurer,
Incoming president.
incoming treasurer, president, and incoming president be on a committee and the secretary to discuss this, go over, do what you gotta do.
I'll second that.
Is opposed to the incoming secretary, or incoming president, treasurer, outgoing treasurer, president, and secretary. There is a committee to go over the budget. Any further discussion? The numbers.
Dues and that.
Everything.
Any further discussion? All no signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
For transparency, I will go ahead and do what I said I would, okay? So you can take a look at it, and that way, if anybody has feedback, give it to those four, or three, five people.
Okay. Let's go on. It's getting cool. All right. Ryan Lynn, you're gonna look into the flowers, correct? Look into the flowers. Okay. This is probably good news, I have to tell you. I got a letter from the National about the international news. This is from the president. And it says, there's gonna be a dues increase at this meeting of 2021 International Convention. Well, the resolution has been put aside according to, the pandemic and everything going on. So they are careful consideration of board of directors has taken action to remove the resolution from this year and move it to vote for dues adjustment resolution to 2022. And that, if it passes, the increase will not take effect until 2023. So there's no big, to the work, thing else using, there's probably no dues. That's a good one. Okay, I think, we got 59 of these, so we're gonna do it, we gotta be in before the 22nd.
I make a motion to run size remaining tickets.
Second,
It's a move, second, that the club purchase the remaining 59 tickets for discussion.
Yes. Our club has, in the last year, has received I think at least 2 grants from the foundation to help residents in our area, in the Mason area, that needed it. And that's all the discussion on it at this time. And then after the vote, I talk a little bit. I make one other clarification. And that if you spend $590 for these tickets, you will get $500 back. Right.
Oh, yeah, that's the ones that have already been sold.
So basically, we're spending $90.
Yeah. So we're gonna get back to that. Okay, now that that's taken care of. I
Did we vote on
understand.
that?
no,
That was it.
Oh, I guess you better finish the motion, Ed. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. I understand. We'll start with the ramp.
Yes. The gentleman that we were working with to build the ramp unfortunately passed away this year. So we had been the wife had sent a letter up to Tuesday Tool Men to see if they would come out and help after Lion Jeff and Lion Kenneth. That gentleman passed away. So the family that had the fire out on Barnes Road, that we did receive the grant last Saturday, I believe, got that in the mail. She died of a heart attack. So Lion Ken, well, I had to get in touch with Chad at the Lion Foundation to see what we should do. Chad said that he and I talked. He said that we could, instead of the check being made out to the lady, we could make it out to the daughter, because the daughter, son-in-law, and grandchild lived in the trailer with her, which they're living back at the trailer. So I discussed it with Lion Lorraine, Lion Ken, and so that's what we did. She picked up, the daughter picked up the check from Lion Ken today. That And I'm being, there's many things I could say about this family, but I'm gonna be nice. That money is gonna be spent on taking care of the mother. It's not gonna be spent on their needs, which I could care less. You know, we're helping the family.
Right.
That's all there is to it. Yeah. It was a sad deal. One other thing, the family that we were going to build the ramp for, she also lost the grandson 24 hours. Within the 24 hours, her husband passed away. She lost the grandson.
Double whammy.
Yep.
Okay,
It's a bad deal. I'm not going to try and help her.
Your fault, Stan.
all right,
Yeah.
I got one last thing.
Everybody's
and
dying.
that's, the membership dues for gaming. Need to be paid.
Yes, it's a good idea.
I move that we pay the dues.
I'll second it.
It's moved and seconded that we pay the gaming dues of $300 for membership. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Okay,
I printed out really small, you know, the information that they sent us.
we have
Who gets the
barbecue
check?
sauce. Well,
It's an eye test.
We delivered 1,000 glasses to, you know.
Yeah. And now Ken needs about 3 or 4 pair.
Appreciate that. I will be next Wednesday presenting the scholarships to our two candidates for high school. Very impressive. I have their application here. Who are? Oh, who are they?
Yeah, you can't tell anybody.
No, it's a secret. They're not supposed to know.
I had to tell Doug that, nope, don't put it in the
I-
paper yet.
No, I will though, because I'm gonna put the information about the barbecue sauce fundraiser.
I
Along
can't
with
do
it.
this until after the 19th. Ray Collard's scholarships going to Jackson Marlin. And Ralph Swinehurt's going to Addison. Yerkes, I think, I'm pronounced it Y-E-R-K-S.
Okay, say Yerke, because I need somebody named by, spelled that way,
One
that
of
was
them,
Yerke.
I'm trying to remember which one it is. The parents are educators, and the other one, the parents are retired.
Well, you can read the paper. When I come.
I will.
Marlins are the ones that are the,
Yeah.
and I believe the grandfather or great grandfather of that child is a member of our Lions. Quite a few years.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
Hallway. Afterward.
Yeah, it'll be in the paper. Just a weird aside, this maybe just should be just Stan, but we received a message from somebody asking about how they go about getting the scholarship. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yes. I did some investigation on Facebook. That's the brother of the person who gave the scholarship to last year. Who asked that question? So
I'll
I'm
be
just
darned.
saying, it's kind of weird, I guess. Yeah, but that was kind of weird. But anyway, I just had to mention.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that came through a messenger and I responded to him saying,
Yeah.
you need to talk to the
Sure,
office,
sure.
but you're late.
And that was the right response
Yeah.
because they realized that. But I thought it was very strange. I thought it was because of the barbecue sauce fundraiser. People were, somebody might ask, but no, that came from a family.
Okay.
Okay,
So that,
I'll let you know that Addison's grade point average is 4.29.
how the hell you do that?
And Jackson's grade point average is 3.8.
Oh, that's good.
So and they're writing. You know, it's great. It's great.
Well, this is the first year that they've sent on the applications that I've seen.
I know, I didn't.
So I really appreciate looking at see on.
have their applications here. Very impressive. And impressive everything they have to fill out. This is what they have to fill out. All these things.
At the Chamber of Commerce, we had a committee that had to go through every single one of them because we had to prioritize. Thank God we don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
it's,
school made the final selection. We had to prioritize.
Addison's folks and the ones that were retired from Hingham County Road Department. He was a mechanic supervisor, and the mom was truck driver. And then Marlon, her educator. So, very impressive. Do we have anything else to come before this meeting?
I move we adjourn and must take barbecue sauce with you.
You mean we got work to do?
Take some barbecue sauce with you.
I'm going to look at you.
Oh, I'm pretty good. You organize it, tell me what you're gonna do. Do we have anything else?
Thank you, Lynn.
So moved and seconded that we adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Doors over there.
7:20.
Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Flags out Saturday, our forces day.
The Legion puts mine out.